on the site. It's readily available with all of the background materials. So there's a lot of slides that form an appendix, and I won't bore you with them. But if you have the interest and want to go through it, you can find out how this study was conducted and dig deeper into the results. Thank you.
Rabia, if I could just do a follow-up question in terms of the top city and your final ranking. You went into that giving the different weightings of the important subjects of each category. When you then went to the final ranking, what weighting did each of those have, the 5 different categories to?
So you're putting me on the spot. I actually don't know, but okay. I'm happy to point at Lemma, and maybe she can help you. Okay, so the 5 have equal weighting.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, I think you're going to be put on the spot again, Rabia. Sorry, that's okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Michelle, could you use the mic on your table? Is that okay? Thank you.
Here I am, Michelle, hiding in the corner just in case.
No, but it's not criticism. I'm just saying for the next one you do it, could you add 2 different factors I think are very important? One, the fun factor, I think was completely missed out on this one. And of course, the second one is the boredom factor.
Right.
Because some of the cities you have over there, seriously, after 2 days, you just want to shoot yourself because there's nothing to do there.
Sure.
I'm not going to say which cities, but that's just a thought.
No, I think great suggestions. And sorry, go ahead. Okay. Sorry. Where is it, Lemma? Sorry, on. There it is. So entertainment and parks, communities. So there's the available. No. Sure. No. The bottom one. There's 2 different factors. There's the availability of parks and communities and gardens, and below it there's availability of wide range of entertainment. And people rank the wide range of entertainment lowest on their list, but that doesn't mean it's not important. Just relative, I guess, to everything else.
You have to add parking.
Parking. Traffic, time on the road. There are obviously a lot of factors that can be added on this, and I think just in going through it, as we develop this year on year, you'll hopefully see this grow out and become more comprehensive. Go ahead.
Andrew Naylor, HSBC International Offshore. We did something very similar with the Expat Explorer, looking at countries across the globe. And we found an inverse correlation between lifestyle satisfaction and financial benefit. So, for example, the 2 top countries for financial benefit were Saudi Arabia and the Russian Federation. They were actually the 2 bottom ones for lifestyle. Right. Interestingly, though, the country that bucked the trend was Bahrain, which was in the top 3 for both. Did you find the same sort of inverse correlation in terms of the financial as opposed to the quality of life elements?
So, again, if we go back to the economic factors here, which were the first set of factors, you had Doha, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Manama all in the top 4. And I think if you come down to the lifestyle, so these are the everyday life factors, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Tunis, and Sharjah. So I would say 2 of the 4 are still up there, and there didn't seem to be an inverse correlation. It seems to be quite closely correlated. And this changes over time. So again, the expectation is this is a snapshot of time today. If you asked 5 years ago, you would have probably gotten a very different set of responses. And I imagine as recently as a year ago, you would have probably gotten a different set of responses. Good. Thank you.
Again, Rabia. Okay, we're going to now move on to having our moderators present the findings of the debates they had just before the coffee break. I'm going to start with Anthony Simpson, who had topic 1, which was about talent. And if you could all please introduce, I mean, you have the topic details on your program, but if you can introduce what you were set to discuss, and we look forward to finding out what you've got to say. Anthony, you're going to use the podium,
Is it on? Oh, we're on. Right, our subject was talent. I'll just read you through the statement that we addressed, which was attracting and compensating the best talent has moved from employees to employers market over the course of 24 months since the economic crisis. How is this impacting hiring habits? Our first response was yes, we agreed it had, but there were a few exceptions. And interesting, before I go through the few exceptions, location is clearly one of the key drivers, and we missed it, but I know it is, because when we're hiring people, location is always always an issue. But the few exceptions we had on here were sector. People are still having to pay good money, and there's scarcity of people in oil and gas, infrastructure, risk and compliance, health and education, professional services, especially legal. We also felt that GCC nationals bucked the trend, as we discussed earlier this morning, and there is still an employees market in that perspective. And finally, the area of true leaders. There is still a requirement for people who can make a difference to a business and can lead as well as manage. And there's a distinction between the two. The second point we had, which was how is this affecting golf habits, was, well, clearly there's less hiring. Part of that has been an international reassigning of staff. So some of the bigger organizations like the Nokias and Siemens and some larger organizations where they have downturns in Germany, Sweden, Western Europe are actually bringing staff out to this part of the world, which has a knock-on effect. There's also less hiring, so there's downsizing of companies, and there's no growth. The third element we pulled on in terms of hiring habits was there's more performance-related packages. So people are earning their packages rather than being given them or gifted them as a way of incentivizing them to join organizations in the first place.